Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Live from the Xfinity Studio. Good morning, everybody. Happy Victory Monday to all across the Delaware Valley. This is the Anthony Gargano Show presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Oh, that was nice yesterday. That was how you do it. Going into the bye, 6-2. A stranglehold on the NFC East. And doing it very economically. Doing it with shades of last year. With Saquon finally reemerging. Awakening from the season-long slumber. Saquon, 14 for 150. Had the big home run. It was the run game. Welcome back to the run game. And look what happened when you run the ball. You got a quarterback that made the perfect throws. 15 to 20, right? Exactly where you want him to be. Throws 4 touchdown passes. No A.J. Brown, it's not a problem. You got Devontae. You got Dallas Goedert. And Dallas Goedert in the red zone. Some good stuff yesterday. Really good stuff. For a team that's been banged up, really kind of hurting, you came out and I thought it's exactly what I expected and what I wanted from a beat-up Giants team, right? Like coming off of the loss in Denver, you didn't want anything, no fright, like no scare. Win it. You need to exert yourself, right? Exert control, and that's what they did. They dominated the line of scrimmage. They played terrific on defense, and God bless Jackson Dart. He's going to be a stud, right? He's a player, and my heart goes out to Scadaboo with that nasty injury. But it was a perfect day yesterday at Lincoln Financial Field. It was a welcome home and a signal that this team is back and that this team is once again a contender, if not a favorite, to come out of the NFC. Again, to me, the biggest piece of it is you look good, you won the game, you're 6-2 going into a bye. It's huge. Cowboys lose in Denver and get smashed. Defense gets obliterated again. So, Giants, you beat. You got Washington tonight. They're going to lose to Kansas City. And you're good. Your magic number pre-Halloween is 7 to win the division. So, you're in a great spot. And that's what they needed. You can take the bye, heal up. You get ready for a second half where you're going to make a run, right? Like yesterday was a day where I thought teams across the league separated themselves, right? In the NFC, we know about Detroit. They were off. Green Bay last night wins in Pittsburgh, comes back from a deficit, and they win pretty handily. So you got Green Bay, you got Detroit, you got Tampa, but again, look at Tampa, and they beat the Saints yesterday. You got them, you got the Rams. Like we know who we are, and the Eagles are right there. Now I keep going back to if you're looking at a power rating situation, you got the Eagles and Lions and Packers, and you can pick maybe the Rams out west or maybe Tampa, but that's the grouping. And then now it's all about jockeying for space and see if you can still get the 1 seed. Because now at 6-2, with tiebreakers over the Rams and over Tampa, suddenly that's in play. You got Green Bay, Detroit after the bye, rested, ready to take them. If you could beat Green Bay, man, the path to the 1 seed is right there. Good morning, VG.
Wow, it's a great morning, dude.
It is.
Anytime you get right and you get right against New York, it warms my heart. It's like, hey, they're back. What took so long? RPOs, saw a screen pass, under center. Hey, everything that we've been talking about. KP got it together.
It is funny. Isn't it funny how everything that we talk about?
Yeah, like what takes so long? Like what's going on?
I think there's a lot of factors, right? I don't think it's just KP. I think Jalen needed to warm up to the idea of being under center.
No, he's all about it now.
And he flourishes in it, right? Like so it's terrific. You know, that's without AJ Brown they did that. They put up that many points.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Chatter, they don't need A.J. Brown, talking heads of the media. He's out of town. There's a whole lot of nonsense going on with that. Rossini's got the piece. She actually got a quote from Jeff Lurie.
Yeah, well, at the meeting.
Yeah.
And he basically said, we're going to do what's best for the Eagles. She was asking him if they would trade A.J. Brown. Yeah. And he's like, we're always going to do what's best for this team. And that's what you got to say.
At least she asked him about, why do you guys always seem to have internal conflicts? And he's like, it's not conflict. It's intensity.
It's drama.
He's like, we encourage it. We encourage it.
There's a lot of drama. There's always drama with the Eagles.
But, man.
And it's highly entertaining. It's the most entertaining thing going on. I love the show Task. Yeah. That was a great show.
Yeah.
Eagles drama is the best, though. All right? Eagle drama. There's always something going on.
But, man, this is going to be a good 2 weeks now. We got the bye after that. Because if it would have been a loss, it would have been 2 miserable, miserable weeks.
And quite frankly, I don't know about you, but it felt like really all game long. It never really felt sweat.
I thought it was a boring game, but boring in a good sense. Like, it's just that they were only up by 14, but it felt like 40.
It did.
It didn't feel like the Giants had any chance of doing anything, especially after that terrible Scatterbo injury. Once that happens, you're just
they were done. You saw them. They were devastated. Yeah. And truthfully, they're not good.
Nah, I mean, they're just too injured.
They're not. They don't have any weapons. Like when you look at them, there's no weapons that you can. You're afraid of. Like who are you afraid of? The quarterback's terrific, but you got pedestrian wide receivers, and without Scatterbo, you got Tracy. Like, you afraid of Tracy?
A lot of hype on him coming in, but he stinks.
Yeah, I mean,
they've just been decimated with injuries. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're not a dangerous team. Now, it's going to set up nicely for right after the bye because Eagles Green Bay is a great showdown.
Yeah, and there's no more excuses. Like we've heard. September's the preseason. Then you got to the bye to find out your identity. Now they got it. So let's roll. You got 2 weeks to prepare for this stretch. No excuses.
Your O-line will be healthy.
Hopefully Juergens gets back. O-line looked great yesterday. And that's a decent defensive line. Like they're not banged up on the D-line so much. And they were getting surges and pushes, open up some holes.
They're not a good run defense. But I was happy.
They were bullying them, it felt like, at the line.
I thought the same thing. I thought they were bullying them. I thought this was shades of last season. It felt like last year.
Yeah, it felt like we're back.
It felt like that. Listen, 2 running backs. You even saw it with Bigsby. The tank.
Yeah, just take away kickoff duties from him, and he's okay.
9 for 104.
Shipley looked good. Well, Shipley looked good returning the ball.
Dude, you can't. Yeah, he looks very good returning the ball. But here's the thing with them. That line, when they're going, you can put anybody back there.
Yeah. Wow. Pretty much.
You get my point. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
The last time 2 Eagles running backs went for 100 yards, did you see it?
No.
You want to take a guess?
Oh, man.
The last
Charlie
time,
Garner involved?
I know.
No, later. It was way more recent. 2011, I want to say.
Wow. Shady?
Yes. And they had a guy, and I liked him.
I'm not going to remember.
Okay, so there was a running back that had a lot of promise, but he couldn't run inside. He couldn't run between the tackles. He pushed everything off to the edge.
He's Sherman.
No, he's Sherman. Didn't play with Shady McCoy. He's Sherman. What are you not? Your brain scrambled. You better get off that stuff. Your brain scrambled.
He has a Phillies first name. A player on the Phillies, his first name is the same.
That's pretty good. And his name is an alliteration.
All right, God. The people do not want to sit through me guessing.
Bryce Brown.
Bryce Brown? Nah, I don't remember that guy.
You don't remember Bryce
Brown?
No.
Bryce
We could have
Brown.
sat here for 5 days. I would have
Yeah,
never got
you weren't getting
Brown.
that. He
No.
wasn't getting that.
You don't remember Bryce Brown?
Nah, I would have went Bryce Huff over Bryce Brown. Like, what are you, Bryce Brown? No.
You don't remember him?
How long this guy in the league? A year?
No. So Bryce Brown had ability, but like he didn't play a lot of college football. He was hurt, right? So we thought. I remember talking to Andy, and they thought they had like Howie. They thought like they had like a gem, and he showed a lot of promise, but he bounced everything to the outside.
I mean, he had 115 attempts in 2012. Wow. Yeah, it's a blur in my head.
You really are. Wow. You really got no memory whatsoever.
I don't.
Bryce Brown. Like,
Yeah, 2013. 2013 was the year they did it.
Loser that like I
Nah,
Bryce Brown.
I am
Bryce
the
Brown.
loser. I am the loser.
Like anyway, I love the fact that when that line is getting pushed like that, that's a big deal.
Well, Nick is like in the post game with the locker room. He's like, "This is how I like to win." Like rushing the ball. It's like, oh, what were we doing? Like I know they weren't having effect. They weren't being as good as they were.
They were trying to. Like just because you want to win that way doesn't mean you can win that way. Their line was banged up. There's the truth to that. They weren't getting the same push.
I think it's all because Lurie was in the tracksuit watching the O-line workout that one day. And he sent the message, focus up, boys.
He looked good with the tracksuit.
He did look good.
He looked good
We
with the
talk
track.
about looking good, man. Stop with the midnight greens. Give
Oh,
us the Kelly
please.
greens.
Dude.
Even the striped socks.
I'm done.
The striped
Dude.
socks with the silver gray
The
pants.
Kelly
field.
green.
Yeah, come
The
on.
Kelly green is the great. It's the great.
The end zone.
Everybody loves
Yes.
it.
That font.
Everybody loves the font. You're right. It is true. Like, if you're going to compare the greens,
Right.
it's not even close.
It's not.
No.
And like they say, rumors were like his wife hated. Well, the wife's an ex-wife now. Stick it to her. Get back to the Kelly Green.
Well, they
No,
wanted to-
that is true.
Let's go.
They wanted to separate from the losing culture that
Right.
had the Kelly Green,
Well,
and they
that
wanted
was the whole
to establish.
They had new stadium.
Yeah.
They wanted to go with a new color.
Yeah.
Right? Like a new vibe. I get it. But the Kelly Green was not your enemy. No. The Kelly Green just looks. I'll ask Ethan. So Ethan is our intern, young dude.
Yes.
Great sports guy. Ethan, no pressure. Like truthfully, which green do you prefer? You're how old? 22? 25. Which green do you prefer?
I prefer the Kelly Green.
You prefer the Kelly
It's
Green.
nicer, more positive. I like the vibrance.
The
Yeah.
That's a great word. I love this kid.
The
vibrance.
Yeah,
Pops, man.
He's right.
It pops. It pops like the Eagles' run game.
Yeah.
All right? It pops. It is very vibrant. Great word, Ethan. Great
Then
word.
they show you the montage of like the old Eagles with the Kelly Green.
Yeah.
You're like,
Dude,
oh
I love it.
man.
And the
Yeah,
silver wings on that. That's
Yeah.
the best helmet in football.
Well,
You
it
cannot tell me
is.
it's not.
The silver pants. It looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they went away from silver. Silver's a great color.
I know.
Yeah.
Silver is awesome.
And it's not used much
like
either.
they did the green and the black. Silver's it,
Yeah.
man.
I agree.
Silver.
The socks look great. The striped socks look fantastic with it. It goes. the whole thing
It
is just-
does. I don't know. I watched that game yesterday, and I just felt like I was watching my Eagles.
Like, are we
Like
just-
I sometimes I wonder, like, is it like a product of age?
Yeah,
I don't know what the chat saying.
Because I was saying, are we just old men? Because I went out and met some friends. I'm watching the Broncos. Like, man, these old Bronco uniforms are nice too.
I
It's
like those
are we just
Broncos
old
ones.
men at this point.
well, I'm watching the
Well,
game.
Eddie writes
I-
in there. He likes the Denver ones, and
I'm
there's-
watching the game. I was just like, man, I love this. I just love it. Like they just feels like our Eagles.
It's a better Eagle too.
Yeah.
It's way better. It's an attacking Eagle.
holding the ball in his claw.
Yeah, it's a
way
great
better
Eagle. It's strong.
Oh, yeah.
What do we do with messing
And
around?
it's not
with
just
this?
nostalgia, too, because if you look at last night's game, the Steelers,
Yeah.
those are hideous.
Well,
like,
man.
why are you going back with those things? Ugly.
I mean, the Steelers that's 1933.
yeah, well, they can
So-
stay back in 1933
Exactly. Oh, no, they're horrible.
with those pants.
Yeah, the
Ugh.
pants are. You guys are in the chat freaking out over the pants.
Well, half the guys look naked.
Yeah. Listen, especially when you talk about the Steelers that have an iconic, and even the Green Bay Whites. I don't like the Green Bay Whites.
No, those are bad with the white helmet.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Like you got to go the yellow or the green.
Yeah, that's junk.
Like their green is an interesting green. It goes better with their like because they have a banana yellow.
Yeah.
And that's a good banana yellow.
great-
in the back.
yeah.
Like we're Kelly green with silver.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a different vibe.
And it's just that I'm looking at that Eagles font right. The way Eagles, it just looks
very pointy.
Yeah.
Like, with
Yeah, I love that font.
Yeah, the font's the best. It really was. The whole thing felt great.
Oh, you have Brady dropping an F-bomb during the broadcast. You're
Oh, I
like,
missed
whoa,
that.
Did he?
whoa.
I missed that.
Yes. I think it Hurts made a run, and he's like, when he squirts like that, you can't effing get. He caught himself, but man, he said it. It came out on the air.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't effing get him. I think he said when he squirts through like that, you can't effing get him. It's like, all right, Tom.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, I wrote this down because I thought Jalen's, he scrambled 4 times. He ran the ball 4 times for 22 yards. That is so paramount to this offense.
Yeah.
He's got to do it. I'm not saying he's got to run the ball 12 times a game, but 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, keep him honest.
Because it just is a backbreaker to the opposing defense. It's such an important part of what you do.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, you Spags right after the Super Bowl said they're so hard to defend when he runs like that.
It is. They really are. But it was a nice day. It was just a good day after a lot of
Yes.
feels like we talked about the drama and the AJ stuff, and
I know. I'm not feeding into it because there's idiots saying, "Oh, they're a better team now." But yesterday, everyone was on point. Yesterday, the Saquon bust off that early run, second play of the game, in house. I hear Flock of Seagulls ran so far away playing. Like, even the DJs were like locked in yesterday. The whole experience down there and on TV was just all
only
work
you would
yesterday.
think about the flock of seagulls,
Dude, because someone has said if he gets a long run, I got a banger lined up, and his Flock of Seagulls ran so far away. I mean, someone puts thought into that. I got to respect that. That's
No,
good, man.
I get it. I'm just
just when Scatterboo hit his
I'm
touchdown.
just acknowledging how you go there. That's pretty good.
Scatterboo hit his touchdown. They go East Frehley's back in the New York groove. The commercial break. There's music guys trying to get their little stuff in. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It adds to the broadcast and the whole experience to me.
Adds to the broadcast.
Dude, a screen pass. I was taking notes. I just all caps. I was like, screen.
Dude, it's exactly how you need to run this offense.
Yes.
It just is.
And
it was great to see Jalen Carter popping.
Yes.
The 2 games in a row now.
Got his first sack.
Jalen, but he's been popping 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Besides just getting a sack.
And wait, now he's got 2 weeks to let the shoulder get back.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. Get this defense right. Get this defense healthy. It's a big deal.
Can I also say, I don't know if you caught this one by Brady. This I had no idea what it meant. After a nice pass, he said, drop it in like a butterfly with sore legs. You guys remember hearing that?
No.
Yeah, Brady was out
Props
of his
to
mind
you for
yesterday.
picking these all out, man. That's great.
He also said, everybody in Philly knows that's called the city of brotherly love sarcastically. And it's like, no.
Yeah. I heard
Tom,
that one.
no.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're wrong there.
Nice try, Tom.
No, they're like, because Kevin Burkhardt is a friend of the show and loves the Eagles and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Was like, Tom, they love you here.
Yes.
Because
he
they
got
were
a
to
chant.
pick.
Someone gave him a Brady chant.
And he's like, and in reality, it's not like they love you because you're a great player. They show respect to you.
Yeah, we can't do that while you're playing.
No, of course not. Of course
Hey,
not.
props.
I do. You brought up Brady. I
Yeah.
will tell you, the best commercials
Yeah.
are the I know football commercials, like where you see a guy all of a sudden he's like been bestowed with this incredible football knowledge, and he's talking like he'll be dissecting something, and he's like, you know what I mean? And there was like he's like it's like a teacher, right? And he's telling his fellow teacher, she's looking at him like blank stare, and then you see Brady. I know what you mean, Tom. I know what you mean, Don, whatever his guy's name was. And it was great. It's
What is
like,
that a
no
commercial
football
for?
like Tom Brady. It's
wow.
great.
I'll have to keep an eye out. I'll try and track that
it's
down.
great.
Hey, props at our Sixers 2-0. Fly Boys over 500. The Union apparently had a big game
You won
yesterday.
first night.
First leg,
Big
right?
First
weekend.
leg, yeah.
How many legs are there?
And this round, there's going to be 2. So it's a best of 3 series. And then it goes to knockout.
But how many
So
stages?
there
How many
will
games
be,
do they have to win?
There will be
What's their
2
magic
more.
number?
There will be 2 more rounds after this, and then it's the
In the
cup final.
championship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to win like 4 more games?
So if they win this upcoming Saturday in Chicago,
Yes.
they'll go to the next round. And then
you
that's
got 2
knockout,
rounds.
knockout. So your quarters and your semis.
All right,
like-
so they got
And then
like
your
divisional
your cup
Four more
finals.
games. 4 more
Yes,
wins and
4
they're
more
good.
games. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There you go. No, it was a great weekend. And here's the thing about the Sixers. They're just fun.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
They're just a blast to watch. The kid has everything.
That kid is
The
great.
kid's awesome. Like, VJ is the best. He just, I can't take my eyes off. He's so much fun to watch.
And it's in the city. Saturday, I caught the second half out, and volume on the TV was up at the bar. Everyone's in right now on this kid. Ticket prices were out of control. I wanted to go down. The ticket prices not job. They went up over the weekend to get down there.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, it's
Need
good
that.
It's fun, man.
Yeah.
All right, lots to get to. EJ coming up, so we'll go over with EJ, who does such a great job covering the birds for all PHLY. We'll talk to the brain, and then we got BG. BG's breakdown, baby. Our man was actually in uniform, right? He was ready to go. Sat out yesterday, getting ready. He'll be playing after the bye. And then it's a Murphy Monday. So we got all of our crew on a Victory Monday. Lots to get to. Let's talk about our friends, VG.
All right. You know, those people over at Rothman Orthopedics, amazing people, helped me with a broken neck. And for you, whether it's a sore knee, a stiff shoulder, nagging back pain, Rothman Orthopedics, they're there to help you get back to the life you love. Their team of specialists treat all kinds of orthopedic issues from everyday strains, long-term joint pain, with care that's efficient, effective, and close to home. So don't let pain keep you sidelined. Schedule an appointment today at rothmanortho.com/PHLY, because Rothman Orthopedics, your mobility, well, that's their mission. Rothman Orthopedics had 190-plus fellowship-trained physicians. They specialize in specific areas of the body and a multitude of orthopedic services, including hip, knee, spine, shoulder, elbow, foot, and ankle, hand and wrist, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation, orthopedic oncology, and trauma and fracture care. They do it all. They're proudly served dozens of communities across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Florida with 30-plus convenient offices, urgent cares, and walk-in centers. Year over year, Rothman consistently performs among the highest volume of hip, knee, shoulder, and ankle replacements in the country, over 60,000 of them each year. So check them out. Make an appointment if you're in some pain. RothmanOrtho.com/PHLY.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's talk about Cherry Hill Jeep. The best. You're looking for a Jeep or a Ram truck, only one dealership in South Jersey who has been in the market leader since 1967. So Cherry Hill Jeep is part of the Folk family of dealerships. And I do want to take the moment. The founder of the Folk dealerships, Charlie Folk Jr., passed away. And he was an amazing man. His son, Charlie Folk III, is terrific. He's I always tell you about him all the time. He's been running the dealerships, second generation, amazing family. And I was talking to Charlie the other night. Obviously brokenhearted about his dad. He was telling me stories. He was reading text messages to me from customers about his dad, and just what an amazing man he was. So we want to wish the Folk family our love and prayers during this time of loss. He was an amazing man. Started the dealerships, grew them. His son Charlie has run them now for the past couple decades, and just want to send some prayers out. You need a Ram or a truck or a Jeep. I mean, there's only one place to go. It's Cherry Hill Jeep. I'm telling you, go see Dante. He runs it for the Folk family of dealerships. He's going to give you the cuz discount, take great care of you. You got a deal right now, a 2025 Jeep Wrangler this month for $289 a month. That's right. So you can pull away the most luxurious and functional SUV, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, which is also included in the True Zero offer. CherryHillJeep.com is where you got to go 24/7. I know people buy Jeeps and Ram trucks elsewhere. I just don't know why. I don't get it. Now, it's the big deal. The big deal, of course, the Eagles' victory over the Giants yesterday. And joining us, the beat writer for the Eagles, does such a great job, our boy, E.J. Smith, on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Hey, good morning, my brother.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing today?
What a win, man. Like, that's exactly how you – I was talking to somebody down there this morning, and they were like, that's how we win games. That's how we won games last year. That's how we need to win games this year, right? You run the ball. You got, Jalen was perfect, 15 to 20, 4 touchdown passes. That's how you win.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was their most complete performance, especially offensively, the way that the run game looked. It did feel like last year. Maybe it looks a little bit different, especially schematically, some of the runs that they got to, the under center, but honestly, I wanted to talk about this under center thing. Jalen said yesterday after the game, he's really enjoying the under center looks that they're using. And I mean, you know what? Credit to him, because it's I almost feel like Jalen has almost become reborn by the 2023 season. The guy, he hates losing so much that you're starting to see him kind of build this new quarterback piecemeal. It seems like every time he loses, it's like he adds something that he wasn't doing before. The turnover avoidance, and now the under center stuff. You are seeing him to kind of take some steps toward whatever
That's
they
a great
need.
point, EJ.
Yeah, whatever they
That's
need
a
him to
great
do to
point.
win. And I think the run game was obviously the big story off of the game. But I did, as I was thinking about it on my way home, I was just Jalen was 15 for 20 through 4 touchdown passes. He really is he's just playing at a high level and starting to maybe turn the corner on a couple of things that the offense needs from him.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. He ran the ball a little bit, right? When they needed to. Saw an opening, which I think is paramount, because when he runs the ball just a little bit, they don't need to go 12 times a game. But 4 or 5, it works. It's just a backbreaker to the defense. And then the little things, when he's under center, the little things that you can do, the screen game works, play action, it helps Goedert. There's so many different things when he's under center that especially in 2025 football, right?
Yeah.
That shotgun read option stuff was great in 17, 18, 19, through the early 20s. But, teams, it's like a cycle. And so now you're back under center and it works.
Yeah, no, and I talked to a lot of guys last week about the 6-man fronts that they're seeing so many of, and that under center stuff really fixes a lot of that for him, especially with Fred Johnson on the field. Jordan Mailata was talking to me about this yesterday, about how when they put 6 guys up on the line of scrimmage, if you don't have that 6 offensive linemen, it's one-on-one blocks across the board, and the tight end has a one-on-one block. And obviously, we know the Eagles tight ends have struggled this year in the run game. So you put Fred Johnson out there, now you get those combo blocks, and that is when I think about what Jeff Stoutland does on a day-to-day basis, I can't tell you, I spent years watching Jeff Stoutland work on combo blocks with these guys. Surface blocks is probably what he would call them. And that is the Eagles offensive line, the system that they use, that's their superpower. Being able to work up to the second level, with the double team and catch that linebacker to create space. And the fact that they're accessing those again is big for the run game. I mean, we've seen more gap scheme stuff, we've seen more perimeter runs, but a big part of it is just as simple as this small tweak. Fred Johnson on the field, it's something that Fran has been calling for a month, has really started to get them back to where they were last year. And again, yeah, I mean, definitely reminiscent of last year, the way that they ran the ball for explosives, and really just they let that set the table for the rest of the offense.
Yeah, and the other thing it also did is once he's under center, now all of a sudden the play caller has so much more at his disposal, right? Now all of a sudden Patullo doesn't look like a bonehead, right? Because, now now all of a sudden you got stuff that can actually work. Like, in fairness to him, you know, listen, if you're the OC, you got to take bullets. You take bullets for everybody.
Yeah.
It's the worst job in the world, all right? In the sense of, if you're looking for love, you can't be an OC, right? Because, you know, quarterback and the receivers and running backs are all going to get the love if you do well, and if you don't, it's your fault. And that's just the way it is, right? So you gotta be steel. And I will say, I mean, like, his stuff made sense yesterday, but it all goes back to under center.
Yeah, I mean, and really just like the thing you'll hear offensive coaches talk about all the time, and I think, you know, it's like you hear it so much that it starts to like become like, okay, like I get it, but they really do emphasize, like, you know, being on schedule. And the Eagles were off schedule so much in the first couple months of this season, where they're in second and long, third and long, and like that really does limit the menu, especially with the way that this Eagles offense looks, you know, the way that this Eagles offense functions. They don't have a ton of, you know, like exotic passing concepts for situations like that. So, I mean, that's why the run game is so big for them. You know, it's because when they can be in those second and manageable, third and manageable, I don't think it's a coincidence that, you know, when you're in that many, you know, favorable situations after early downs, that is where Kevin Patullo can show some of the creativity. I mean, like, you know, we've seen that creativity from him in the red zone. Obviously, they've been really efficient there. We've seen some of that creativity. You know, I mean, really, it has just been like the red zone. But even the opening script, you know, again, the fact that they were able to stay on schedule and be able to stick with some of the core principles that we're starting to see from this offense. I thought it was Kevin Patullo's best game, but I don't think it's a coincidence it came because it was the offensive line's best game as well.
Yeah. Now, defensively, I was great to see Carter very active again, right? Like, you saw Carter, it's 2 weeks in a row where he's starting to look like himself.
Yeah. I mean, it's encouraging just because, like, you know, you expect this bye week to be a good time for him. He's got this shoulder thing that's not going away. That's the sense I get, is it's not the type of thing that is just going to be. I think it's probably going to require the offseason to really get it fixed. But he's managing it, and I think the bye week will be a good time for him to really just get right. I thought the pass rush as a whole looked really good against the Giants, and I'll be honest, like, I watched Jalen Hunt's you know, his pass rush snaps back this morning, and like, to me, it's like, he could have had 3 sacks. You know, I know it's coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I mean, he was really close to having a big day and like an emphatic, like a statement performance, I would say. So, you know, I'm not quite ready to say like that I don't think that they need to address edge before the trade deadline, but the way he's playing makes it maybe a little bit less of a pressing need, because I do think you watch him and he just is like such a Vic Fangio player. Like, he's physical, he's fast, he's versatile. You know, all of these guys that Fangio's brought in, you know, like, I think that Jalen Hunt really fits that mold because of the fact that you see him drop into coverage. Obviously, he got the pick against the Vikings last week. You see him doing a lot of different jobs for this Eagles defense, but most importantly, I thought as a pass rusher, he was like one that jumped out to me. Again, as somebody who was really close to a statement performance.
Yeah, you're spot on. I thought he was terrific. Here's the one caveat, because we just threw flowers for 10 minutes. The one caveat, it is the Giants, right?
Sure.
And it is a team with limited weapons, right? With really no guys on the outside. They lost their best player. Yeah. And that really was in a devastating way. So, you know, like, I'm not calling cold water, because I loved it. I thought it was a great game. But when we're throwing, like, do we need this during the deadline, I think it's fair to go, well, let's hold off a second, because, you know, you got Green Bay and Detroit coming up, and they're completely different animals when it comes to offense.
No, I mean, listen, it's like you shouldn't let one game dictate your trade deadline strategy in general. So that's why I'm not quite like ready to say it, but I do think, like, if you're telling me like the Eagles have to overpay for something, maybe it softens it just a bit there. But I agree. I mean, I think, like, you know, those 2 games on the other side of the bye week are real. Like, we've like gotten past a certain checkpoint with the Eagles this season, right? Like, you know, they are 6-2. They've responded to some early season adversity. You know, I think that the offense is moving in the right direction. Like, we can say with some confidence now, like, this team is Now we're talking about the playoffs. We're talking about higher aspirations. And like from there, I do think like you start to wonder like, okay, do they have a 4-man rush that you feel really good about against elite quarterbacks? And, Jalix Hunt, I think is probably like, if he's your third edge rusher, you feel great about that. Especially like if, Nolan Smith, I mean, once he comes back, you hope that he's healthy the rest of the season, but we know his playing style kind of contributes to not always being available. So at the deadline, if there is like a star edge rusher, if there's that number 1 guy, that's to me like what you would target there. I don't know if like another rotation piece makes as much sense. You need guys who can make an impact every game.
Yeah, I agree. I listen, that's what it is. And look, I mean, defensively, you love their line. They're like, I like their front 7. I do think they're a little lean, right? Thin, as we said, but I really like their front 7. But it goes back to having Coop and having Quinyon. Man, they make up for so much back there.
Yeah. I talked to guys last week about Cooper specifically, and like, I mean, there aren't many guys like, I think Jalen Ramsey's the only guy that I can think of who's like that play the type of role that he plays, that star in that Nick Saban defense, that role where it's like you are the Sam linebacker on some downs, you're a nickel corner against one of the best receivers in the game on a different down, and sometimes in the Eagles defense they'll put him at outside corner and base. So it's like it's really rare you see a guy with that much versatility. And then you're right, like Quinyon, he just like he brings like a stability to that secondary. You think about the way that the Eagles looked against the Giants a couple of weeks ago, and like comparison, obviously like a little bit different matchup. And once Scatterboog went out, it definitely changes the complexion of that Giants offense. But still, it's just like, that one side of the field's locked down. It probably, opens up a lot of different coverage calls for Vic Fangio and really just simplifies things. Like I said, it feels like there's a stability whenever he's out there for them.
All right. Where are we at with AJ? No AJ yesterday, as we know. A lot of drama, Diana Rossini stories, and she's asking Jeff Lurie. Like, it's the whole thing. Where are we at with this?
Yeah, so I don't think he'll be traded. I think that's the first thing that we should put out there. I think it's a non-zero chance that he is at this point. I thought it was very telling that Jeffrey Lurie didn't just like laugh like the notion of the question entirely off. The fact that he talked about what's best for the team, but what's best for the team right now is to probably keep AJ Brown. I think that a lot of things would have to happen between now and the trade deadline for that to change. And I think like, what did Schefter put it? Like it would take a blockbuster offer. I mean, like that's not 0% chance. But again, I think it's more likely than not that overwhelmingly more likely than not that AJ is still with the Eagles for the rest of the season. And then I think this conversation really starts in the offseason. So
I agree with you. To me, you cannot trade AJ Brown and remain a Super Bowl contender. The only way
that I see it is like if there's another elite receiver available before the trade deadline, and like who is that going to be? Like the conversations like is Jalen Waddle or like a Brian Thomas Jr. Are they really those guys? Like I'm not entirely sure that I'd feel good. The offense looked good without AJ. Like for once, it's really never.
Yeah, against the Giants team that's bad against the run, right?
Yeah. You don't trade AJ off of that one game.
No, you can't do it. You can't do it. I'm telling you, like, you think about the Cowboys right now. How much better would they be with Micah?
Yeah, no, and that's the
with
thing.
Their offense. If they had Micah, you watched Micah last night. Rodgers couldn't take his eyes off him.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the one play where he gets through 3 guys just to get the sack, it's crazy. And like that's the thing is how he acquires those types of star players. He doesn't often trade them away. Now, again, I think the fact that like it's become a conversation and that the Eagles haven't completely shut this down does speak to the fact that like this is another conversation we'll have in the offseason. I'm not saying it'll never happen. And also like I understand some people like are like, why is this a conversation in the first place? It's a conversation because like there is a non-zero chance, but non-zero is not likely. It's not like it's something that we're expecting to happen. I think it's just it's really just like something that we've had to cover week in and week out. And I still would be surprised at this point.
How bad is the hammy? Like how? Because right away people will go, well, was he really hurt? Like people are throwing that out there.
He finished the game fine, walking off the field.
Yeah, but you could tell he tweaked it against the Vikings. Like in hindsight now, you see him on that last play that he had where like he kind of just goes down awkwardly. I mean, I think the bye week will be good for him. I don't think it's like a long-term thing. I think it's honestly it traces back to the training camp injury, right? So to me, it's it's probably one of those where he comes back on the other side of the bye, and we'll see. But at the same time, like I think that you can read between the lines, like the fact that the team had Darius Cooper up, opened his practice window midway through the week, probably speaks to the fact that it was worse than they initially anticipated. But again, I think that it's probably just a management thing with the bye week coming up.
While we're talking AJ, can you get in his head or help me try to understand why
he's right?
deleting any positive tweets about Jalen Hurts over the weekend?
AJ's social media stuff to me is confounding. So I don't know. I don't know why he would be deleting the tweets, but I think it's a window into like what we know, which is that their relationship isn't the same that it was in the past. Obviously, these guys were really close when they traded for him, and it's different now. You can just, I mean, again, it doesn't take a lot of tea leaf reading to figure out that those guys that, they have drifted or that their relationship is just, like I said, different than it was before. So I think that that's probably, what you can chalk it up to. But I mean, I don't know. It's like AJ's been really open about like struggling with mental health stuff in the past, and I can understand that like the social media conversation around him is like never ending, overwhelming, and toxic a lot of the time. But I don't know. Like I do think like if you're someone who's close to him, at some point you're probably like you need to get off of social media, man. Like this is doing you no good. So yeah, it's just the latest in a strange chapter of like AJ Brown social media stuff yesterday.
Hey, you one guy who's not getting traded, maybe the MVP of the season is Fred Johnson. You had a nice little tweet out from Jordan Mailata saying he made a motivational speech at the Sunday in the the offensive lineman room. Where's he coming from now? Like he's our honorary tight end. He's a leader now in the room. Like, what can't he do? Is he going to catch a ball at some point? How is Fred emerging as like a vocal leader and all this?
Yeah, I don't know if Fred's got hands. Like, well, actually, I do know that he's a good boxer, but I don't know if he's got like soft hands. Let's put it that way. But no, I mean, he's like Fran said it before. Like, he's like a vibes guy, right? And I think that like that was something we talked about when they traded back for him. And yeah, no, I mean, he's brought a lot of value. Excuse me, sorry, a little banged up this morning.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Fred Johnson, you get choked up. I know it's
not quite, yeah. But yeah, no, Jordan Mailata said that that they go down the line, like the veteran offensive lineman talked first, and it was Fred Johnson's turn the day before the game, and that he gave a speech about sort of where he came from. I wrote a story about Fred Johnson a few years ago, some of the things that he had to overcome to get to the NFL, and then just like a lack of belief that he had throughout his career until he got with the Eagles and, got around Jeff Stoutland, who, talks about like the importance of telling players that you believe in them. So, he gave a speech with the theme. I think the theme was like, you got to fight for your right. And yeah, it resonated with a lot of the guys, especially
you got to earn your right to fight, I think, and then fight for your right.
Yeah, you got to earn your right to fight and fight for your right. Yeah,
it's like a Beastie Boys song.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, he was on the field for 12 of when they rush the ball. When he's on the field, they average 10 yards a rush.
Yeah. Do you remember Bryce Brown, EJ?
Vaguely, I couldn't tell you like much about his playing style or anything. See, because that was when I was in college, so like I definitely have a fuzzy memory of that era.
I got you.
Football, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
No, like we thought that he hadn't played a lot of college football, and we thought you got something like a diamond in the rough. You plucked out because he had like really good speed. He was tall, like an upright runner. But he bounced everything to the outside. He never ran between the tackles. He had no like running back instincts. It was bizarre.
Now, like I could tell you like a lot about like Reno Mahe, but like for some reason like that era of Eagles football.
Reno was a great host at Chickies and Beats.
Yes.
Oh really?
yes.
No, I loved Reno Mahe, man. That was my guy.
You did? Reno. That's cool. All right, real quick, run down the injury status of everyone and what you think the bye week will do to heal them up.
Yeah, so obviously AJ's the big one here, and I'd say Cam too. Those two, I think that both of them probably on the other side of the bye week. You feel like there's a chance for both of them. Honestly, a lot of their injuries are like short term things. Like obviously nobody went on IR going into the game. I think Adoree Jackson's another one that you'd probably expect back. And then who else do we have here?
Corey and Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, he was close. I mean, they opened his practice window. So honestly, on the other side of the bye, you'd probably expect him to be another one that would make it back pretty quickly. I mean, like, yeah, there a lot of their injuries were the types that you'd expect would be in the short term, like Azeez Ojulari with the hamstring here. And then, a lot of, like I said, like Grant Calcaterra, I think, he was already back. Most of these guys, I think the bye's coming at a good time. Like they don't have a lot of the long-term stuff. I think a lot of those guys should be on track. Even like Nolan Smith, you got to remember, Nolan Smith was one that they said they'd expect back around for the Packers game. So getting healthy at the right time. Bye week's coming at a good time for all of them. It's like going into the bye week, I just keep thinking like it's really important that they didn't they didn't trip up against the Giants, and going to that bye week like losing 3 of the last 4 versus having 1-2 straight. It's a big swing in the season for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, great stuff, EJ. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to kind of taking this bye week, and we're going to self-scout. We're going to look at big picture. We'll do our own. I think we should do our own self-scouting exercise.
Love that. Yeah.
With you, me, and Bo, and Fran.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I scout. Come on, man. Just leaving me out.
Yeah, scouting beers.
Just leaving me out.
You scout.
Damn.
Scout. You do.
Scout the pub.
Fullbacks,
Really?
fullbacks, tight ends.
You need a pub.
Let's do that, EJ. We'll do it separate, all right?
Yeah, no, I love that.
You know.
Yeah.
EJ can watch. All right?
You can watch the fullbacks and the dirty work tight ends. Yeah.
Yeah, long snapper. Let me break down the long
He
snapper.
can give you some more Fred Johnson love.
Yeah.
All right? So, thanks, brother. Good stuff,
All right,
baby.
guys. Yep,
See you
see you.
later on today. There he is. EJ.
Dude, we have there's like a rip or something in the blackout curtain. Dude,
I
look
know.
at my face.
I
Looks like
see
my
it.
face is going to
You need your shady rays on today, man.
Turn into flames.
Yeah, you as a vampire, that's no good.
No, this is terrible, dude. I'm feeling overheated.
melting.
I'm feeling overheated. Get me outside.
He's melting.
Come on, that little bit of sun is bothering you? What, are you going to get a sunburn or something?
Look at my
Dude,
face. I look
dude.
ridiculous on the broadcast.
Yeah. No, it is bad.
Dracula.
It's coming from right here.
All right. Well, let's go to the brain, please.
Yeah. We got a brain's coming. Here, 1 second.
Yeah. I can't do VG.
I need my shady
Sorry,
rage. I need my
VG.
shady rage.
Brain. Red the brain finder.
Brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. He's the brain. Good morning, brain.
I have to just say one thing. If I was sitting where VG was sitting and I was Tony Gwynn, I'd hit 043. You can't even see.
Right.
Poor guy.
Exactly. Thank you.
He doesn't need to see. There's
I'll
nothing
fix
to
it
see.
right now.
He's not at the plate.
No, but Anthony, I don't. Do you see how you can't? Can you see how bad it is?
Yeah, I see it.
You're like, thank God I'm not sitting there.
Please,
I'll
Brain,
tell you what.
don't feed into his neurosis. All right, please.
Braves looking a little peaked this morning. A little pale, ain't he?
He's been
I
trying.
know. You're right. But you're right. I have. It's funny. The only time I usually it sounds so strange. Like when I'm like down the shore in Margate, I'm on the beach every day. I'm out in the sun. Sounds crazy. When I'm in Florida, I don't go to the. I don't know why. I'm never at the beach or anything like that. Very strange. But
Don't you have a patio or
yeah, we do. But it's so hot out, man. It's just so beastly hot.
let's sit
that
outside?
it's
It gets the sun. I would be just like this,
uncomfortable.
getting rays, man.
Yeah.
Rays,
No,
the sun's good for you.
Well,
Unless you're VG.
he's in good shape
You're
then.
Dracula.
He's in good shape. I can't even. He looks like a ghost. Like it thinks like.
He is a ghost. He's the theater of the macabre. All right.
Oh my God! That's right. It looks like the spotlight's on him. That's exactly what it looks like. Like the spotlight is just showing on him. Sorry.
All right.
I'll drop
All right.
it.
And now, let's not get sidetracked here. Let's go
Yep.
get back to business. So, real quick, you remember Bryce Brown?
The football player?
The running back. Yeah.
Yeah, the running for Kansas State, was it?
Yes! See the Brain! Thank you, Brain! Nobody remembered him.
No, Bryce Brown. Look, it seemed like he was going to be like a superstar.
Oh my God, the Brain! Yes! I was just telling him the same thing. Nobody remembers that.
What happened to
probably
Bryce?
hit a prop bet with him.
No, what happened to Bryce Brown? I got to look this up because
No, he was like bounced everything to the outside. He had no running back intuition.
Yeah, it's fine. No, but there was a point. There was a true point where we
I remember talking to Andy about him. Like they thought he just had no instincts.
Yeah, no inch. But let me just read this to you real quick. His rookie year, 2012, 115 carries, 564 yards, 4.9 yards a carry. That's a heck of a rookie season,
dude. We all thought he was a player that year. He and Shady McCoy, the last two Eagles backs to rush for 100 yards in a game.
What a great name from the past. It's funny. Even the next year after that, he wasn't bad. He averaged 4.2 yards a carry.
No, I know. Listen, I had hope for him. He didn't play a lot at Kansas State. He was hurt.
No, I know. But you remember there was a Phillies player that so different. But I just couldn't get anything where I thought he was going to be like really good, like Bryce Brown. Remember Ron Jones?
Ron Jones, yeah, sure, yeah.
And I was like, I had hope for him being like really good, and just Bryce Brown. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I talked to my brother about that. Bryce Brown. That was a great name.
All right, let's get down to business.
Yep.
What do we got tonight? Tonight we got Chiefs and Washington. Of course, Mariota's in for Washington. How do you approach the
lines? Game? Yeah, look, lines sitting at 11. Man, it's just it's tough to lay that many points now. I think McLaurin's supposed to be back for Washington. I'd be on the Washington side. I fully expect Kansas City to win, but that's not what you're asking with the line of this. And look, Mariota, again, Mariota to me is one of those guys, the more he plays, the more he gets exposed as being just out of backup. For a game, for a series, for a half, he's fine. It's like one of those people who visits you for like 2 hours, it's fine, but the more he stays with you, he gets on your nerves. That's what to me Mariota is. But I think he can keep it somewhat competitive. Again, this is right now the Chiefs, you could argue, could be the best team again with all their weapons right now. But I'm not laying 11 points here. I'm just not going to do it. Lean here towards the underdog. I think they can keep it somewhat respectably close. You could take 7 in the first half. Probably rather go that route. But just a lean for me, not a game I personally bet. I did bet 2 things in this game. Brashard Smith, Kansas City running back, bet over 1.5 catches. He's gone over that his last like 4 or 5 games, gotten at least 3 actually. And he can, whenever he comes in, it's coming from 8 snaps. Whenever he comes in, it's like
they like him and they're working him in more.
Yeah, I had to lay like $1.50, but I didn't care. I thought it was worth it. And I like Mahomes, and in all fairness, I've lost this bet a few times, but I'm being maybe a little overly stubborn. I bet Mahomes under 24.5 rush yards. The reason being, again, like to me, he's gone in his whole career, he's never rushed this much. This year, for whatever reason, he's like rushed the highest percentage he's ever rushed. But again, I'm hoping in a game like this, he doesn't
need to
rush as many times as that. Like, I don't think 25 is a big number. It just is. And against a bad team, again, I don't know if Andy's like, you know what, listen, we don't need to get you hurt against Washington when we're going to win the game either way. Those were the 2 props I've done so far.
All right. World Series Game 3 tonight. Series shifts to Dodger Stadium. And it man, the other night was great. I loved it. I loved it when the Jays won. Dodgers come back, take Game 2 tonight. Scherzer and Glass now.
Yeah, I mean, again, you look at the series, the price right now on the Bet Park site, you see -220. Again, -220. So again, just for everyone, if you're like, all right, I like the Dodgers tonight, just to give you an idea, I always like to show people what that means. If you lay -220 over 162 game schedule, if you won 111 and 51, you'd say, oh my God, this is almost the greatest team in the history of the sport. Guess what? You'd be down money. You'd be losing money if you laid -220 if they won 111 games. That's how big of a price they are taxing you if you want to take the Dodgers. Do I think the Dodgers will win? Yes, I do. Do I think they win 11 out of 16 times? I know they don't. I don't think they don't. I know they don't. There's no way they can because they don't win that against anyone, let alone the best team in the American League. Definitely lean here, Scherzer. Now, again, Scherzer is obviously a guy that could get hit. He's also a veteran that has great guile to him, and just that veteran presence. Definitely lean here, easy lean towards the Blue Jays. A couple props I do think have merit. I do like Scherzer, all these nice things. I said about him under 4.5 strikeouts because I think he's going to go 5 innings or less, and it could only be 3. So to get 5 is a pretty big number. And I like Glass now under 4.5 hits. The guy never, Anthony, when I say never, I know I'm jinxing myself here, never gives up 5 hits, like ever. So again, I know Toronto's obviously a really good team, and they certainly can hit him because they're great. But I just don't think that Glasnow is going to give up 5 hits. I really don't. I would be very surprised.
I like I would lean over here. I do think this series, you're going to have some runs.
Well, that wouldn't be good for the Glasnow bet, but the total right now, we're sitting right now on the Parks at Anthony is 8. And look, I will say this, Anthony, where I would do agree with you. Look, but I would be more team total potentially on the Dodgers team total, maybe over 4.5, because the Dodgers at home have been incredible all year. They average like 6 runs a game at home. And Scherzer is probably their worst starter. I'm right up, so that would be, I'd be more interested in that. Glasnow is a guy that just, say what you want to say about that guy, the days he pitches, very rarely does he get hit. Again, most hits he's given up is 6 hits, by the way. So it's just, he's a hard guy to really, like, quote unquote, tattoo. And I'm looking at his runs. He's only had 1 game all year. He's given up more than 3 runs. So not easy to get to him. But again, the Dodgers bullpen's definitely gettable. I'll say that. If Glasnow was out of the game, I would maybe live bet the over because I do think that both bullpens are gettable in that case. And but Glasnow scares me.
Yeah.
I like Vlad over 1.5 bases tonight, -110. He's had some success against Glasnow, and take your shot.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm just not looking to fade Glasnow
All set.
in any way, shape, or form. Personally, doesn't mean I'm right, but he's just a guy that just, as I said, very hard to get hits off him.
All right. NBA, the association. Sixers Orlando. How do you handicap that?
Yeah, well, first of all, like, shout out to the Sixers, at least winning the first couple. I got to ask you guys a question before I talk about that. And I really want your opinion if you think I'm right on this, wrong on this, somewhere in between. The Sixers, by the way, taking 5.5 points tonight, pretty healthy number to be taking. I would definitely lean the Orlando way. And I say that Orlando, the first 3, I think they're 1-2. And they have not looked good, even in their win against Miami. They won at the way end. They have not looked great yet. Small sample size because they're incorporating Desmond Bain in the lineup. Sixers, look, again, 5.5 points, I think it's too many. I actually thought this line should have been closer to 3, believe it or not. I actually like the Sixers. But I will say this, Anthony, VG, I'm curious your thoughts on this. And it's fine, I know you have BG coming up, and I'm curious with him as a great athlete, maybe he could shed some light on it. If you just psychology can get to this. Joel Embiid's obviously been one of the best players in the history of the sport, right? We know that. But at this point in his career, to me, you remember Arvydas Sabonis, Anthony?
Yeah.
Was considered to be the best player in the world and had serious degenerative issues with his knee. Came over to the
He
NBA,
actually was the Shaq antidote.
He was. But you know what, Anthony? He was no longer the best player in the NBA, or I'm sorry, in the world. And they just made him a guy who played 18 minutes. And guess what? In those 18 minutes, he was terrific. He didn't try to score 30 a game. He could still use cerebrally. He was smart. And he I know they're paying him $1 zillion, and they may not be willing to do that. But to me, the only way for this guy to have a really good career at this point is for him to, I think, channel his Arvydas Sabonis, become, you may think I'm nuts, but become a role player in those 20 minutes who plays well in those 20 minutes.
You know what? You're not nuts because a role player is interesting. I do think his future, near future, is as a role player.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
even in this with this team. But I'm not ready to just write him off at 20 minutes a game because I do think he's going to work into being able to play more than that. And I got to see, I just got to be able to see him get his wind so where he could go down low and actually see what he's got down there.
When you have Brandon on the show, I'd like to ask him if you remember, he's obviously played like 12, 13 years. I'm curious if there's a time where there's a year he's like, yeah, in 2024, I noticed I just wasn't as fast, I wasn't as strong. There was just something subtly that only him as his body knows it, where he just knew, okay, wow, I used to be, let's say, a 10 as a player now, or whatever. I've just by father time, I can't quite do what I did, and I know it. Whether it's the weight room, I'm not quite as strong. I'm assuming
it would be strength because old man strength, right, is real. Yeah. But it would be just quickness. It would be explosiveness.
Yeah, you just know you're not quite the same, and you're like, oh man, I would have beaten this lineman 10 out of 10 times. Now this guy's handling me a little bit. And I just know I'm curious if if there's just a time.
Well, BC's coming up next. I'm going to ask him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm curious to see if he knows that, and because Embiid, to me, I don't know. I think that they got to stop hoping that he's going to be this MVP guy. I just don't see it.
I think they realize he's not an MVP. I just think they would like a little more out of just being a 20-minute-a-game role player. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, look, I hope so. I hope so, because I actually think this team around him is actually pretty good, Anthony.
I do too. I'm curious to see when PG comes back.
We got PG.
We got VJ, VG. I mean, we got them all. But they're a blast. VJ's awesome to watch. He's just great. Just love watching the kid, and I just love Maxey. Like we just love Maxey.
He's phenomenal. I mean, he's absolutely phenomenal. But you know what's funny? The Sixers, again, as I said, sometimes in life you get a break. And I'm not saying that Harper's not going to be good. I'm not saying Harper's not going to be great. I'd be surprised if Harper has, just watching it early, if he has the same success that Edgecombe's going to have. I know I'm basing it off 3 games. I deserve to be laughed at, but just watching this kid, you can usually tell when a guy has an it factor and something.
No, he's got it. I agree. I don't need to see. I feel pretty comfortable in saying it. I'm with you. All right, buddy.
Getting the 3rd pick.
Yeah.
That was the pick to get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anything else you got for tonight?
No, but I will say, again, I really do think 5.5 is too high in the whatchamacallit game, in the Sixers game. And I'll give you one prop bet, like future bet. I'm trying to find a way to bet $1 zillion on it. Here's what it is. I'll tell you real quick. Boston Celtics to miss the playoffs are plus 140. I want you to just think about this real quick, and I'll let you go. To not make the play-in, you have to come in the top 6. So if they're in the play-in, they're going to be far more than plus 140. I would be stunned. I'm talking stunned, shocked. You could blow me over with a feather. Mike Tyson losing back in the day to James Douglas. If they're a top 6 seed, they're not good. And you're getting plus 140. They're not going to be a top 6 seed. To me, I think they may make the play-in, maybe, but still plus 140. They'll be a huge dog at that point to make the playoffs. This is a bet. If I could, I would bet a lot of money on trying to find a way to get down on it. But for everyone watching, Celtics miss the playoffs plus 140. I think it should be minus 250 at least to miss the playoffs. Plus 140 is a great bet.
There you go. Love it. Thanks, Brain.
Appreciate you
You're
guys.
the man, buddy. We appreciate you. The Brain brought to us by the Park Sportsbook and Casino app. Let's take care of some business, and we got our man. We're looking forward to it. Oh, buddy. Everyone's spirit animal.
Yeah.
All right?
Just when you think you can't get happier, we're going to have BG on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a coincidence that the Eagles win yesterday?
They get right.
And BG is back on the squad?
No.
I don't think so.
Was looking good in the Kelly Green as well.
Well, he always looks good. That's for sure. Yeah. You're right on, Andrew. All right. Brain told us about the Sportsbook, Park Sportsbook Casino app. Everything he talked about, you can bet right on the app, man. So whether it's props, live betting, watch the baseball game, see if they get Dodger bullpen, and live bet the Jays team total. You can do it all, man. Right there on the app has everything. A myriad of plays to check out. You got live betting, props, same game parlays, all that stuff right there at your fingertips. And there's always another way to win on the app. So you have live dealer blackjack, roulette, craps, all that stuff. Your favorite slots like VG loves. What are you on now?
Yucatan's Mystery.
Yucatan's Mystery. Look at that. You can do that. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem, please call. Got to be 21. And a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. True Mark, Kelly Body over. True Mark's pretty stoked up about the birds and the Kelly Green. So True Mark, pay attention.
Kelly, come on.
Yeah. If you're home, just say your home needs a little bit of TLC. Or you're dreaming of like a next big vacation. Maybe you just want to go away and see the birds play in Buffalo. Well, listen up. TrueMark Financial's HELOC Select just got even better. If it was possible, I didn't think it was, but now it is. It's even better because rates have dropped, making it more affordable to put your home's equity to work for you. You need a kitchen, some big repairs around the house, maybe knock out some high-interest debt. With HELOC Select, you can access your cash all at once. You can grab a little bit whenever you need it. Total flexibility, just like a good Kevin Patullo game plan. So make it happen today. Visit one of TrueMark's 24 branches or head to TrueMark.com/PHLY and get in the game today. TrueMark is federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender, and MLS 404938.
All right, let's do it, baby. Our favorite time on a Monday. Presented by Xfinity on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Our man, BG. Yeah.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
So it is not a coincidence that you return to the locker room and things return to normal. That's it, baby.
Hey, man, I can't take all the credit, man. I just brought the energy, man, and brought all these boys. Them boys went out there and they put work in for real. It was a great week of practice. I felt energetic all week, and I just wanted to come in and help the guys, as you know. That's why I'm here. To try to just bring some more energy that's already here, and then, man, we just continue to keep building and stacking those type of wins each and every week.
All right, let's talk offense side first. And it really reminded us of last year in the sense that Saquon was back. That O-line bullied the Giants front, which is a very good pressure-based front. They can get after the pass. But I thought they did a real good job opening up holes. Jalen on the center means so much to that offense because it just opens things up to a million things you can do when he's under center.
Yes, you can see how he had the linebackers, definitely trying to play the run when he was under center, and he was able to hit Smitty across the middle a couple times. Then for him, he used his legs in some of those, especially when they blitzed off the edge because they like that corner blitz a lot in that game. And I just thought that they called the game really nicely, man. And it was nice to see Jay get under center and come right up. And bam, Smitty right there because the linebackers got sucked in.
Yeah, and there was real push. Fred Johnson, again, comes in. It's so valuable that you can go that extra, get some extra beef.
Yeah, and what I like, what about Fred is sometimes you get the run, sometimes you get a play action. They got different things when Fred is in there to where they can. You have to guess a little bit, and it's never really just straight run when he's coming in. He's just an extra good blocker for pass and for the run game, and it's so good to see. Definitely so good to see, Fred get out there because I know he's been working. And, man, as you can see, that whole line yesterday, man, they came together. The run game looked like it's been. And, man, it felt so good. And Cam Jurgens wasn't even out there. And Brett Toff, I thought, did a great job with all the guys.
I like him at center. Like, if you're in a pinch, much better at center than at guard.
Yes. He knows his limitations, but I know that for him, yes, center was a great move for him, especially while Cam is gone. And Cam, even Landon is. You see how big of of a push he gets, and so we definitely need him to be healthy, especially after coming off the bar, because we got a big test coming up with Rashawn Gary and you see Micah Parsons
Oh
and all them
yeah, I
boys.
watched them.
It's gonna be nice, but they lost their guy in the middle to Dallas now, and let's see what happens. When we play them, but I'm liking where we are right now. I can't wait to see them when they come back. But I'll just credit it from a great week of practice from what I saw this week.
Yeah, and like to your point, you're able to run. Saquon looked like himself, right? Like, you give him a crease, he can hit home runs, man. You get just give him a crease.
Yeah, and I thought they did a good job of the way they were position blocking, down blocks on everybody, because sometimes when people can just tee off on you because you're going straight back, or you going at a what we call is like a base type of block. It's like, man, it's all about strength on strength. But man, when you do those down blocks and you got a strong goal line like that, you could see even big boy in the middle, 9'7", he wasn't feeling none of that, because Steen was getting him a couple times, and Brett, because they was, it's just the way the game plan was, man. And I was so happy for the guys, because man, we needed one like that. 200-yard backs. That was nice.
It was. It really was. It's good to see Jalen really embracing being under center, because, like we say, like, my God, screens and play action. And like, better than anybody that the game has changed, right? Like that RPO stuff, the read option stuff out of shotgun has morphed, right? Back in the game's a cycle. And it goes back in the quarterback under center. And look what can happen. I just think it works better. The play caller's got more at his disposal. And it brings back the fullback position. It definitely brings back the fullback position. And like you said, it's more of now. I mean, it's just transitioning back to smash mouth, line up in the power eye. Get your fullbacks in, and we down here running, and then play action off of it. And man, I'm telling you, and drop back. You could drop back out of it. It's so many different things, and that's a tight end's game right there. A tight end love being able to hide and get play actions off the runs, and yeah, I think it is transitioning to that. And man, we doing it. Jalen did a great job yesterday. Yeah, you're right about the tight ends. It was National Tight End Day yesterday, and they just all went off. Because with the game changing like that, man, those seams they're like seam monsters,
Yes, because you have to load the box against the power eye, and most of the time it's cover 3. And man, you get all those guys coming up for the run, and then like just trickling that tight end out. And man, sometimes people don't never see them because their eyes bad. They looking in the backfield. That's what we call people looking in the backfield and then not looking at their work. And wherever that tight end go, you should be looking. But sometimes Saquon is a little more flashier because it's like, man, he a home run hitter. So that's the threats that's presented in those things. And I mean, yeah, Goedert had a good one yesterday. I mean, you see Tucker Kraft, who we gonna see. We gotta make sure that we get after him because he had a really good game yesterday. He was their leading receiver, and yeah, man, it was a great day for tight end day from all the highlights I seen.
I need National Edge Day. All right, needs to happen. I love
Myles Garrett had 5 of them yesterday, but he wasn't too happy yesterday either.
I know, man. Oh my God, it's a shame. Imagine you get 5 of them, you go down. What a day that is! My God,
that's a day. I'm like, man, y'all must just wasn't doing nothing to get 5 sacks. I mean, hopefully, I didn't know if he got a strip sack or not, but man, it's like, boy, 5 sacks. That's a big day right there.
It's tough for a guy like him because you're stuck. You got no quarterback. You got a kid playing quarterback. Your offense is just dreadful. Like, as a defensive player, how hard is it when your offense just can't do anything?
It's very hard because now you got to keep selling because as the top guy in the room, you got to make sure you keep playing hard. But then you got to talk to the guys so that they won't feel defeated and start talking negative to themselves. And man, it's like come on, y'all, let's practice. Let's get it. Let's go. You got to get it. You got to have that fire burning, but sometimes you need reinforcements too. And I know it ain't everybody, but it's people, it's a majority of the people in there that stop believing. And you got to make sure you got to dry that out, because that's the hardest thing, man. When you out there you the top guy on a not so good team, you got to make sure that you continue to keep being that leader, even in them hard moments, man. And that's what it sucked for Miles, because I know he's probably leading it, working hard every day in practice, and probably bringing some people along. But you sometimes, man, even with the organization, they let go of Flacco. I know for that was their best quarterback at the time, because you could see with the Bengals, they lost yesterday, but I mean Flacco definitely got some talent out there, man, and that was a good pickup for them, especially with their guy being out on the bench right now. He's out, and I know the Browns could have definitely used him even more now.
I know. It was a mistake. What was your assessment of the defense? I'll begin with Jalen Carter, who now second straight week looked like himself, man.
Yes. You got him back. You got you got guys like Jalix. You got guys like Morrow. Everybody stepped up in a big way. We was talking about being physical. The last game was what it was, but they coming into our house, and that's what the message was this week. It's about being physical, going out there and punching somebody in the mouth, getting after Scatterboo. So sorry that he had to deal with that, man. That was horrible to see on the field. But I'm glad he's all right. But that was the whole game plan. We can't let Scatterboo and we had to contain the quarterback, Jackson. And man, we went out there and did that for the most part, just executing the game plan, being disciplined, and playing together. And that was the whole message all week. And I felt like the D-line was the biggest reason why everything was how it was, because as you know, it works together with the DBs playing how they played. They played great too. I mean, it felt good for Keeley, because I felt like, nobody was messing with him because he was on his guy. And I know for us up front, we didn't give him enough time to be able to stand back there like we have these past couple games. And I know that the D-line was a big reason for a big win this week. And man, I'm just happy that, they got it started.
What did you say to Jalix? Because I know how vocal you are with younger players. I mean, he was spectacular yesterday. Could have had 3 of them.
Yeah. I know.
What are you like? Are you coaching him up, like helping talk to him? I mean, all that. Like, what are you saying to him?
I'm saying, like, I watched the game. I see we know where Jackson liked to escape. And, I mean, that's Jalix played it right off how he needed to play off what we worked all week. He likes to escape through the B gap. And if you smash the tackle down a little further, he likes to go outside because he thinks he can outrun you when you bull rush the tackle and take away the B gap. And so I thought that the guys did great playing up the field and then folding back in whenever he tried to take that B gap or, go right up the middle and I really saw guys just playing with their seatbelt off, but at the same time, they was conscious of where he likes to escape and made sure that they was there. And we had a good little spy on too. So a couple of times where we spied him, and man, we needed that because last time we didn't do so good containing him, and it opened up a lot of other things. And so that was one less thing that we had to worry about. Everybody rushing together, but talking with Jalix, that's all I saw from him is just carrying out the game plan of what we talked about all week, and that's making sure we take away his escape lanes.
Yeah, I love this talk because I was having this conversation with my little one who plays defensive end about setting the edge, right? And being wary of the quarterback and having to force them back inside to actually read the play and understand, because Dart does like to he does think he can outrun you, and he'll try to get wide on you that way, kind of suck you in here and then take you out. And it's funny, like you have to be sure that you don't overcommit. And I watched. You guys are so well coached, and like I know you got a great D-line coach. I mean, he's terrific, and I know your voice is heard in there, man. Like I love the way that line played yesterday, and it sounds weird, but Dart is dangerous, man. The kid's
He
got
is.
ability, man.
They got something in Dark, and I can't even lie, man. Like that's a good pickup on they end, especially when probably people didn't think that he should have went wherever he went. But man, that's just like Mahomes when the Chiefs traded up for him. They like, oh, he traded up for Mahomes, and they saw something in him. And
Yeah.
you can see everything now, even with Scatterboo. That's a tough runner. I mean, man, they got some good players, and man, we knew we had to contain Jackson because he is dangerous.
That was a sin, man. Scatterboo. It looked like when that happened that it felt like they just lost a lot of fight, man. It was it's hard to overcome an injury to a key player, especially like that abrupt, because like you could speak to better anybody. It's in your mind. Like when you see that, it was nasty. You see that, you go, damn, that could happen to me tomorrow, right now.
Yes, and it was just something. So the way he came down on his foot while Zach Barn pulling him down too from trying to knock the ball down, and man, it just snapped, and it just looked, oh man, and we all seen it, and we all kind of turned away from it because I mean you don't want to see that type of guy go down, and I know for them it does do something to him because he was a part of their game plan. And last game he had a really good game against us, and so of course they thought that they could come back in and do the same. And so when a guy like that go down, you have to motivate your guys to know that hey, we can all still do this. We all still able. But in that sense, man, it was just one of them days where they couldn't recover, and I felt like we held our own the whole rest of the way and played hard to the end, and it was a really cool one to be able to protect our house.
Yeah, it really was. It really there's something about the Kelly Green beating the Giants like 6-2 going into the bye. Are you? I'm curious about you. How do you feel about the Kelly Green?
I like the Kelly Green. I can't wait till we get the white jersey with it. You know what I'm saying? The all green is cool. I mean the green with the gray pants, but I like the white with the gray. That's gonna be even sweeter too on away games, or whenever they want to pull them out. But man, I like the Kelly Greens. I mean, we undefeated in it. Don't want to speak too much on it, on the undefeated part, but it's just crazy that when we got it on, you feel real good. So I would love to put it on a couple of away games too.
It pops. You know what it is? It pops. It's
Yes, it
good
do.
green. The green pops. I like the silver too, but the green pops.
Yes, it does. Both of them, the way they play off each other. I mean, it really does has a good pop, man. Where we all feeling good, we know, and man, the way we played yesterday, we got to keep them on.
I like it. So what was your week like, and how was it getting acclimated? And I'm sure the bye is perfect because you can gear up for Green Bay.
Yes, the first day was really, really good, man. I was out there flying around, kind of shocked myself, enjoyed it. Coaches, everybody, we all was happy to, just be out there competing again. And man, we just was pushing that day. I was supposed to be on a little pitch count, but the excitement got the best of me, and I was taking a lot more reps. The next day, it was it was limited because of how much I did on the first day, but I was just happy in where I was and the place that I was. I wasn't too far off where I felt like I was dying out there or just couldn't breathe. I felt like now it was just more about just training every day, getting better. And man, they had a good plan for me this week. And so this week was supposed to be ramp up, and how I felt going into in the week. I thought I could play this week, but we all just decided like, hey, let's go with our first mind. We talked about ramping up, getting to Green Bay, and so let's do that because we got the bye week, and I wouldn't want to jump the gun because I just felt like that was the right thing to do at the time, and so I'm excited to get this weekend. I'm about to work out right after this. This is what I've always done anyway.
Yeah, man, that's what it is.
Either before or after I talk with you, but in this case, I'm after, just trying to enjoy this week, being able to help wifey do all this stuff. But man, it's time, baby. I'm so excited.
Who comes up with the plan? Is it is it Clint that comes
It's
up with?
everybody. It's everybody. It's more like the weight room staff. Fernando, he has the plan for me in the weight room, and then how the pitch count of how many plays he want me to play based off what he's seen from me already, and just how he wants to ramp it up. Then the training room, Tom Hunkley, our the head trainer, he talks about just injuries and stuff like that. How I'm feeling. They always checking in with me, and I'm making sure that I'm just staying strong in those areas, especially with my tricep, because
Yeah.
everything is good. Everything felt good this week. They seen it themselves, and we've been doing different little tests, but they like where I am. But those are the two that kind of communicates with the coaches because on the field, coaches know, hey, he on the 2 to 3 period pitch count where when we run the team, you're going to get 2 to 3 plays and he's done to the next period, and we just keep building off that. But yeah, you get all those from the weight room staff and the training staff, and you just combine them both based off injuries and how you feeling, and then you go out there and you play.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Mhm.
We had a question from the brain. The brain wanted to know that as you get older, was there a signal you went, man, my mind's telling me to do something, but I don't know if I can do it the way I used to do it. Where does that come into play? He was asking, is it speed or strength? I know it's not strength because I know old man strength's real.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what? You start to really see in the film, and you look back at where you was back in 2015, how you look like explosion is something that you like just little by little don't see is fading away. Cause I still feel like I'm fast,
Yeah.
but sometimes when you do get in that moment where you got to be fast, you be like, oh, okay, that's a little more fast. The older me can feel that sometimes, but man, only time you can really see it is when somebody put it side by side on like, look at this rep when you was back in 2015 or 24, whenever, and then now look at you now, and your burst sometimes might still look good, but not like how it used to be, and you just start to see little by little how but sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't, based off the injuries that you face, because I know a lot of guys like a Kelsey or somebody whose knee wasn't as good as he would like it to be, but he felt like he still had his explosion, but when his knee wasn't right, he couldn't maximize it all the time. And so I think that's what frustrates you sometimes as athletes, some of the injuries that sneaks up on you later on to make you look like you really hit father time on top of the father time that has came to you. It just looks worse. So I think I know it's based off injuries sometimes, and then yeah, how you training, how you eating, like what's your body weight, because as you got older, you want to keep losing weight because you got the wisdom and all that stuff to go out there and be technical and work your technique and stuff, but most of the time it's about how your body is feeling that can get you over the hump, by how you can practice and all that stuff. Because if I can't practice, man, I ain't about to go out the game and embarrass myself, because that's how we sharpen the iron. The iron sharpen iron in practice. And I got to be able to go and feel good in practice so that when the game comes, it's just like clockwork, like it's what you do. But yeah, I think it's what you see on film, and the explosion is gone. And then it's the injuries that you accumulated over the years that kind of hinder you on being able to push.
Yeah, it's interesting when you watch older players. Like I was watching Rodgers last night, obviously quarterback, but he looked a lot more mobile last night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man. Like, when I'd seen him before, he looked slower, right? He looked a little more plodding. But last night, he looked like the old Rodgers kind of reminded me of, kind of quick.
Yeah, he looked quick. He did. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he probably feels good, probably on a good regimen of what
Oh, what?
teams they don't handle you as good. I know with the Eagles, they do a great job for vets. We understand where I am in my career. I'm 37, older, but they know that sometimes you got to protect some vets from themselves, like myself. I feel like I could go out there and give you about 50 plays, but why you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? When you got all these other guys here too. And then, yeah, if you feel you can get 15 to 20 and those the best 15, 20 you got, man, go do it. And that's how I feel even right now. Just go out there and just want to contribute and help these guys. That's it's their time now. Jalix, you got Moro, you got JD, JC, you know what I'm saying, and all the other edge rushers, Uche. I mean, man, I just want to be able to just be in the mix with y'all and be able to enjoy it because I still feel like I got some juice and I know I can help. And it ain't even always on the field, it's off the field too. And man, it's been such a joy being back with the guys, man, and just seeing them go off like they did yesterday. And like I told them, sacks come in bunches. That's how they come. You can't worry about all this noise outside. Did we get the win leading up to this week? Yes, we did. So this might be the week of the sacks that we gonna get. And man, them boys went out there. They should have had 7 or 8, like you said. Jalen
had 3.
Oh, three really. The one where he pushed him off, he had him, and then the one sack that JC got, he missed him because he the one set him up to step up in the pocket, Jalix. And man, it was so fun to watch because those boys looked like they had the energy out there and they went out there and did it together.
Yeah, it's great. I know how happy you are. You love it. Yeah. You love it.
Hey, I love it, man. Back in my element. It's cool because I was dealing with it, but since I can still do it, that's why I wanted to go back out there because I feel I always felt that I had some more even after the Super Bowl, but at the time it felt great to leave on top, but reality hit and it's like it's all good because I'm still gonna leave on top because we still, you know what I'm saying, just out here playing the game that we love, and it's how you look at it. And I look at it like, hey, we won 1-2 in Philly, and that ain't easy because everybody don't like us in Philly. You know what I'm saying? That Philly winning. And man, right now we got an opportunity. And I feel like this team, man, we got a really good opportunity to go do it again. We just gotta put that work in. And that's something I know we ain't afraid of the little work.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Brady was talking about it yesterday. Brotherly love, that's not real. It's sarcastic. You know, it's going on.
Yeah. Hey, he know. He feel it when he come up in here. And the fans never disappoint. They never disappoint.
My brother, listen, you enjoy it. Get some work in. And we'll talk to you later in the week, baby. I know you got your show tomorrow. Right?
Yep.
We're taping it tomorrow. So looking forward.
We're taping in the morning.
Yep. Looking forward to that. I'll see you there. Give you a big hug, buddy.
Oh, yeah. See you soon.
See you, my brother. Yeah. There he is. BG. Brought to us by Xfinity.
Super Bowls. He just makes you believe in everything.
Oh, yeah. No, without a doubt. He does. It's the truth. All right. Let's take a quick TO. Come back on a Murphy Monday. You all right there, cuz? Andrew?
You good? Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
You wash your hands?
Yeah. Quick emergency, but we're good.
Andrew had to run out the door.
Yeah, dude. You look like Carl Lewis running out that door.
Hurry up. I got this one running to the bathroom. I got the bro in there sneezing
and hacking.
Trying to talk to BJ.
Yeah. I can hear it through the wall.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, my own. All right, let's take care of some business. Let's talk about Xfinity. Yeah, we love it. Xfinity brings us BG live, looking great. Guess what? Xfinity set up to watch sports, none better. Man, it's the best.
I'm not sneezing.
All right?
You're doing something over there, dude.
You're doing something, bro. Chill.
What are you doing? An ad break, man.
You're coughing, doing something. Shut up in there, would you? We love them. We love Xfinity. All right? Don't be like VG, who you got to he lags, buffers, got to switch between apps.
Xfinity, I missed the whole first half. I couldn't find the game.
It's the ultimate sports destination. Find the best games and your favorite teams all in one place, and the way you watch is next level. All right? perfect fan flex. I got the action over right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K. Oh, it's spectacular. Feels like you're in a sea of Kelly green. All right. Sometimes I got, in fact, Saturday, 4 games going on at once because why not? On top of that, real-time notifications, live stats right on my television. The best seat in the house every time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. You got a whole bye week to get Xfinity. Learn more. Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Now let's talk about Parks Casino, Street Road, Bend, Salem. The fabulous Parks Casino, which we love. Straight there, Street Road exit off of 95.
Real easy to get
exit
to.
6 off the Turnpike in New Jersey. It is the mecca of entertainment. And here's what's happening. You ready? Parks Casino. Tickets on sale now. November 26th. Comedian Joey Diaz.
Get tickets. It's going. Don't wait. It will sell out.
Now, I heard there was a lot of commercials. Gets me in the spirit. But there was a Macy's commercial that was all Christmassy.
Wow, what? I'm glad I missed
soon.
that.
And I love it.
I'm glad I missed
Too
it.
soon.
I love it. December 5th, Straight No Chaser, big holiday group.
It's a holly jolly Christmas.
It's the best time of the year.
All right, there you go. You feel good, man.
Cuz Kringle over here.
I love it. I do. I love the Macy's commercial, all the holidays. I freaking love. It's my favorite time of the year. I would start now. I'm good. December 6th, comedian Ken Jeong. Now, he's the host of that new show on ABC.
What is that called?
Or NBC, I think.
He does the
he was
Masked
hysterical
Singer.
in The Hangover.
He was
Masked
in The
Singer.
Hangover. Yeah, he's done a bunch.
hysterical, dude. December 12th, get the Let Out Led Zeppelin tribute.
If there's a
Bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alone now.
ParksCasino.com. Buy tickets for all shows. Parks Casino. This is how you win. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. What's the matter?
Now I'm looking at the excite. I mean, the Queensryche, the Bee Gees tribute, that Grand Funk Railroad. These guys, they're a little weathered. The Grand Funk Railroad guys
right.
in their picture. Yeah,
GFF?
Yeah, they've been through some stuff.
Well, I guess so, man.
80.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, my weekend. If I told you my weekend.
How many games you see?
Friday night, St. Augustine versus Millville. At Millville.
Okay. Win?
Hour away. No, they lost. Overtime. Right? In Millville. Right? Saturday morning, baseball, Bear, Delaware.
What time?
After my Fox show, I rushed down
After
there.
your 5 a.m. Fox
So I was
show?
up at 4, did my Fox show, rolled right out, drove to Delaware.
Oh, man.
All right. Then we had to hustle home, stop. He had to get changed into his football uniform.
Wow.
Go to Maple Shade.
How was the Shades? The Shaders are a little rough. The Shaders can be rough.
It was a good, live chippy.
Yeah.
Good performance by the Pioneers.
All right.
All right. It was a good win by Clearview. And all right. Then I go home, and then Anthony says, Daddy, can you take me and my buddies to the movies?
Okay.
I go, all right. He goes, it's rated R, so we may need you to get
Did you
in.
buy the ticket?
Right. I said, all right.
What'd they say?
Right.
Black Phone 2?
No, it was Chainsaw Man. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's popular right now.
Yeah.
Anime.
So I go, yeah, all right. So I go, where's that? Deptford, which is far, but not too far. He goes, no, Voorhees. I go, Voorhees.
Voorhees.
Oh, my God. Right. So I just get home. I crash. Like, I took a nap for like 30 minutes, and he's like, Daddy, ready? I'm like, all right. Drive to Voorhees. Now, the best is, thank God, him and his buddies are good kids. I'm thinking, when I was their age, I was with my cousin trying to go to nightclubs, right?
Yeah.
That's where I was trying to get in.
I was at McCoy Playground drinking
Right?
beers.
Like, they were all nervous about getting
it.
He goes to the kid that was selling the tickets, and all of a sudden his voice got deeper. Hi, I'd like to have 4 tickets. Right? So the guy's like, kid's like, yeah, all right, how you want to pay? Separate, together? Like, what?
Yeah.
So he was good.
Don't they have the kiosks where you just go up and pam, pam?
I don't know. So then the next morning, I had to be up at 6:30 because we had another game back in Bear, Delaware.
Another game in Bear, Delaware?
Man.
It was a baseball tournament. It was freezing.
Isn't there a party that just wants them to lose some of these games?
And then today, after the show, we got another game in St. Augustine.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
You just going off caffeine?
Yes.
Yeah. 8 espresso shots in the morning.
Yes. Yeah.
When was the last time you slept in till like 10?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Is that even a thing for you?
Never.
That's wild.
Never. No. I'm lucky if there are times when I'll sit in the car if I got like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'll close my eyes for like 20 minutes.
While you're parked.
Yes. Sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Not
Not when he's
driving.
driving.
He's sitting in the car and close his eyes for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I wake up. I'm at home. All right, look at that. All right. Joining us now, it's a Murphy Monday. You got that to look forward to, David. All right, that's it. The great columnist for the Inquirer. We love him. On a Murphy Monday on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, David Murphy.
Murphy, it's time for our man, David Murphy.
Good morning, Murph.
Morning.
How are you, buddy?
Doing great. Doing great. It's a beautiful, beautiful autumn morning in Delaware County.
Yeah, I feel a little sarcasm. Are you doing great or are you being sarcastic?
No, I am. I know it's tough it's hard to tell sometimes. I am doing great.
All right.
Usually doing great. I'm a morning person, you know. I'm
Oh, you can tell.
I'm on
You
the
just
Gargano.
ooze sunshine in the mornings.
I'm on the Gargano schedule, man. I'm up at I do most of my work before everybody else gets started.
Look at that. Look at that. All right, my boy. What do you think? Yesterday, is it a precursor?
Is it a precursor? Look, you know where I've been this whole time. I think that I've been kind of steady as she comes with this team. I don't think it's a precursor or anything. I think it's a cursor. It is the cursor. You know, I think that what we saw yesterday was what this team is. Granted, we haven't seen it to the extent that we saw it last year, but again, the schedule this year has been brutal. I mean, the Eagles really just beat up on cupcakes over the last couple of years, you know, and they always got the kind of you know, the tough games were kind of strategically located where you could kind of build up to them. Where this year it's every week, you know, and they did what they were supposed to do against one of the few cupcakes on their schedule, you know, and I think that was it was encouraging. I mean, it was great to see the offensive line play the way that it did. And look, we've said it all season. The one thing that's been missing from this offense has been those 65, 70, 75-yard runs that Saquon Barkley busted off. It's funny. I asked Jordan Mailata about it last year. Like, if you go back and you look at, if you were to, whatever analytics say about the biggest turning points of games of last season, I bet you, half of them were Saquon Barkley runs of 40 plus yards. I mean, every game it felt like the Packers, Rams, Ravens, it's like he either started it off or he finished it. And we saw that yesterday, and that was the huge difference.
Yeah, see that? I mean, it's the truth. Like, having that kind of run game to wear on, to be able to lean on, it's just huge. It makes everything so much easier, man. And listen, we talk about it every week, but now that Jalen's under center, it's a world of difference on the offense.
Well, it's funny because I thought as I watched the second play of the game, I actually thought about talking to you guys because we talk about it every week. It feels like I think it was a counter, maybe it was some sort of kind of slow developing misdirection to the weak side, that second play of the game, and it doesn't happen out of the gun. I mean, it's just a totally different look, and especially when you have the advantage up front, where not only are your guys more physical, they're also more athletic and can move. I mean, just being able to set up your blocks before Saquon gets gets the ball on his hands almost. I mean, you saw it. I mean, the lane was there, and he put a foot down and went, and that was it. And I think it's, again, it's like guys like us, you almost like beat your head because you're like, they spend 2 years poo-pooing all the questions about, running plays from under center. And now all of a sudden Jalen Hurts is talking about, how much of a different look it gives defenses. And, it's just like, it almost feels like you're being gaslit. But hey, all's well that ends well, right?
It does feel like you're being gaslit.
Like for 2 years, it's like, yes, it's you guys talking. I mean,
Right.
Football guys know that it doesn't matter if you're under gun or at home. And, it's like, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those, it's almost like being in a relationship where sometimes you just got to be like, whatever, man.
It is funny about what do you mean? Like the football guy. They'll use the football guy stuff as excuses, as like you really don't understand. Like it's got like, no, dude, like yeah, I do. Like we understand it.
Like, all right, man.
Yeah.
But no, it's great. I mean, look, and listen, I every time I talk about Jalen Hurts, I think people think that I'm downgrading on him, but I'm not. He is who he is, and yesterday is the perfect game for him, where you can't run him out there and ask him to win a game for you from the jump. It's just not who he is, and that's fine. That's not. There's 4 guys in the NFL like that, maybe 5 with Drake May, but he's just not that guy, But he's perfect for what they need him to be, and we saw that yesterday, where all of a sudden, we were talking in the press box where. Sealski says to me, he goes, we're divvying up our storylines, and Sealski says something like, man, I guess somebody should write the quarterback on a day where he throws 4 touchdown passes, and it was a perfect game because you didn't realize how well Jalen Hurts played because he wasn't front and center, and that's when he's at his best. Honestly, I think the biggest play he made was one of the biggest plays he made was that I think it was either 3rd and 3 or 4, I think it was 4th and 3 near midfield. And I turned to, I think, Zangaro, and I was like, I turned to Marcus, and I said, man, they're going for it here. I mean, it was either 14-7 or 10-7, or it was a game at that point. And, they're on the barely the plus side of midfield, 4th and 3, and they go for it, and they line up, and Marcus says, is automatic, go for it. I'm like, I don't know. And as I'm saying that, Hurts drops back and then runs for 3 yards, like nothing ever happened. I might be conflating plays there, but, his ability to kind of like drop back behind a set offensive line and then just kind of shimmy his way for the yardage that you need, that to me was like the turning point of the game just about.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. Now, how do you see them? It was the Giants. Now, I have to give a little caution, and not, because I've been going crazy all morning, like pump up, like they're back, and I think they are, and I think like they have, they're 6-2 going into the bye. You're going to have the division, like you're really have a stranglehold on it. I think Dallas lost; they're not very good. I don't believe in Washington. We'll see about them tonight with Mariota. But, as far as comparing them to the other teams, how do you think they are?
Man, first of all, just a side note, it's crazy how many, like, Eagles quarterbacks you forget were Eagles quarterbacks are starting football games these days. Like, Flacco's going out there, and I know I don't think he was technically on the regular season roster, but you got Mariota. Again, going back to Jalen, it really should give everybody an appreciation for what they have in having their guy, because man, there were some rough quarter. I mean, Andy Dalton's still out there throwing interceptions. It's just Geno Smith looks putrid. I mean, it's just an insane league right now. And I totally forget what you just asked me, to be honest with you.
You're playing the Giants, and again, they're limited in what they can do offensively for sure, and defensively, their front can get to the quarterback. So I think you look at yesterday and go, that was great. Where are they in the scope of the NFC elites?
Well, look, I think what you saw yesterday, and I wrote this, you know, and this is a total Sirianni, the kind of Sirianni kudos combined with the kind of makeup of players that Howie has been building this roster with. Yeah, it was the Giants, you know, and saying that, I was very impressed by Jackson Dart. I think he's, you know, for all of his kind of gooberness on social media, I think he's got something. You know, that throw to Theo Johnson that he couldn't corral down the left. I mean, if that's anybody besides Theo Johnson, that could be a touchdown. You know, I mean, just a perfectly placed ball. He has that thing where he's, you know, it's like they always say about the duck, where it's like paddling furiously underwater but calm on top of the water. That's kind of what the good quarterbacks have, you know, where like they're not thinking about their feet are just kind of naturally moving. He's got that. So this isn't the same bad Giants team. They're better. They're still bad, but you know, they're competent, and I don't think we should take that away. But the biggest thing is a defining characteristic to me of this Sirianni team is that they win games kind of when they're called out a little bit. I mean, beating the Commanders last year, you know, in the NFC Championship game, the way that they did, there was a lot of talk in the locker room afterwards about kind of the chippiness of those first couple games during the regular season and kind of the loss, you know, a month before that. And if you go back, you know, from losing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl to beating them the next regular season and then rolling them in the Super Bowl 2 years later, this team always consistently has stepped up when they have something to prove. And yeah, the Giants are not good, but they had something to prove because they just lost to the team 2 weeks ago, you know? And I think that's kind of the mitigating circumstance. And you can't just write this off as them just beating the Giants, because they got whooped by them a couple weeks ago. And this was kind of a show me game. And they showed you I think that was the biggest encouragement, is they showed you who they are. They came out and they were like, okay, this is who we still are. And I think that's kind of been a defining characteristic of this team. And I think it's why you have to believe they're the favorite to come out of the NFC right now. Now we'll see in a couple of weeks, but you know, because they have that, you know, they still have that. And we keep waiting for the wheels to fall off from like 2023, but you know, that was a blip on the radar. You know, I think we're the more you draw out from that season, you see that was the fluke, and the team that the Eagles really are is the team that they were yesterday, coming out against a team that beat them 2 weeks ago and just imposing their will.
You're talking about it's the Giants. You had a great line in your article about how they had poked Saquon and the Birds and they got revenge, but you said the Giants lose games the way Bob Ross painted pictures, with breathtaking creativity and speed.
Yeah, that's a great line, dude. Yeah. Great line.
I mean, dude, I'm still thinking about watching that. I mean, you can't say that Broncos loss by them was anything other than a masterpiece of futility. I mean, it was like as if, you know, Da Vinci had sat down and tried to paint a picture of a team that was going to just pee all over itself. And I tell you what, it might have been the worst loss of all time that I've ever seen in the NFL 2 weeks ago, but the Giants. I mean,
either that or the Broncos pulled the heist like the Louvre.
Yeah, yes, they could have. They walked right in through the front door and put on a hard hat.
Have the Broncos lost to any NFC East team? Are they just smoking them all?
Yeah,
Didn't smoke the Eagles.
Yeah, that's
the game. That's the game. I mean, I still don't know how the Eagles lost that game.
I hear you. You know, I look at it. I don't know. Now you're 6-2. Let's look ahead. And it's Green Bay, Detroit. Bang, bang, right after the bye. So it's like you're going to win a division. And now it's about, hey, where are we at when it comes to the 1 seed? Can we take this 1 seed? You got the tiebreaker over the Rams. You got the tiebreaker over the Bucs. So you're in a good spot, and it's right in front of you with those 2 games.
Yeah, and we'll see. We'll find out. It's great. It's the great thing. You know, I love this schedule. You know, because you're gonna, by the end of it, they're gonna play everybody, and they're gonna show you who they are, and we're gonna find out. You know, I'm still, regardless of what Love did last night. You know, I remember more the games like last year's playoff game with him. You know, I don't believe in him. I think the 1 seed this year is important because Detroit is the one team where if I'm playing them on the road, that's a very good football team, and I have to think that defense is going to get better, although the secondary, is not great this year. But yeah, I mean, the Packers, look, they're a good team, man. And it starts on the defensive side of the football. And we saw that down the stretch last year, It's going to be a great game. I'm very interested in seeing it. But I think, again, I think, props to Hurts. They have a clear advantage over the guy under center. As good as Love can look in his brightest moments, I mean, he just does not exude the confidence. He doesn't give you the confidence to me that you feel when you watch Jalen Hurts, even when Jalen Hurts isn't playing that well.
This is just in the Bills fear that Ed Oliver tore his bicep. Schefter just tweeted that out.
Oh, man.
Man, this league is crazy, man. From week to week. And then you got injuries on top of, it's unbelievable.
It's crazy. And you see it, it's funny because you see when Jalen Carter's out, one player like that can just make. AJ was that player too. I think that's another positive from yesterday is they have looked like absolute bunk when AJ Brown has not been in the lineup. And I think, well, first of all, I would say anyone who thinks AJ is expendable, yesterday they had before Goedert caught that second touchdown pass, or that touchdown pass early in the fourth quarter, they had one non-running back who had touched the ball more than once. I mean, there's just no backup for AJ. It's not like Jahan Dotson steps in and can offer 60% of what he brings to the table. But the fact that they were able to win that game without AJ, I mean, that's a big step in the right direction.
Yeah, it really is. What did you make of the AJ stuff?
It would not make sense to me. I just don't see a scenario unless there's something going on, unless something really bad is going on behind closed doors. There's just no scenario in which they trade AJ Brown and are an equal or better football team. So, maybe if you're getting a first round pick, but no one's giving you a first round pick for AJ right now, I don't think. But even then, what are we doing here? There's no way to really, there's no way to trade him and make the argument that you haven't gotten worse.
I'm with you.
I don't get it. It's coming from somewhere. I don't know what. I don't know. I think that there's some feeling, in the organization that AJ, he wears on you, for sure, but also he's not, he may be on the verge of losing a step or two. I mean, he's plays a very physical form of the position. He's had this hamstring. He's been banged up. He's been increasingly banged up. But I don't agree with that. And even if that is the case, he clearly still has game-changing ability. I mean, we saw it against the Rams. Whatever you think about, you don't have the option of getting out while the going's good with him. He's integral to your team.
Rossini had a list of what teams are looking for. Steelers are making calls about receiver. I mean, they offer you a one.
No, I'm not trading AJ Brown. I can't trade AJ Brown and call myself a Super Bowl team.
A one and a corner.
I'm not going to win.
Yeah, it would have to be, and I've thought some about it, just trying to figure out some way where it would make sense. I mean, it would have to be something like, they, in a separate deal, trade for Jacoby Myers or something like that. But even then, Jacoby Myers is a nice player, but he's not AJ Brown. He's not AJ Brown is like they always in the NBA they always talk about gravity guys where the whole defense kind of shifts towards them, and that's what AJ Brown is, and it plays a huge role in what they do offensively.
Yeah, listen, you could beat the Giants, who are decimated, without AJ Brown. You're not making a run to the Super Bowl. You can't trade them. You can't. We're in overtime, overtime. Please hit like, subscribe, do the whole thing. Join us in YouTube. All right? Comes right to your phone when you subscribe. I hear no, but I hear that they're not even thinking about it, and I wouldn't. Again, next year, I guess it plays out. He clearly.
It seems like the offseason it's happening.
Yeah.
That's what's
I think that's more. I mean, I think if anything, this is just kind of throwing some chum in the water for the offseason, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally see it. Hey, you got Sixer? Are you Sixer silly?
I think that this team's going to be worth watching. You know, I mean, Edgecombe, you know, just
clap your hands.
They're going to be fun, man, and I'm very interested to see when Jared McCain comes back what it looks like. You know, I'm fascinated to see how much time those three spent on the court together because you know you wouldn't think it would make sense, but at the same time, you know, they got Barlow out there playing the five. So, look, are they a contender? Probably not. No, but can you see like? You know, maybe the real process was maybe this was the long process. I mean, maybe the whole process was building up the VJ Edgecombe. You know, this is like maybe Hinkie was like Kaiser Soze. You know, and this is where it ends. You know, he's gonna come.
That's great.
He's gonna zip line into the Wells Fargo Center with hip hop and announce that the process never ended. You know?
Yeah, you know it's interesting because I do think that this team can compete. We'll see. But because I think Paul George is going to be reinvigorated when he comes back.
Yeah, I think that's a big question.
You know,
what do you get out of him?
You know, if you could get Embiid to the point where he's playing 30 minutes a game and is giving you contributions down low, I mean, you know, I think you got a shot.
Embiid's the one thing I can't figure out. I mean, the guy looks like Sam Perkins right now, you know. And look, you know, Sam Perkins was in 3 NBA finals. So the thing about Embiid is I don't know if this is them just easing him in or if this really is going to be the new normal. You know, he looked better in the second game than he did in the first game. I'll give him that. You know, I'm interested. I don't know. I'm very curious to see if this is just kind of their load management kind of thing, you know, and they'll turn him loose on the court a little bit more. You know, as the season progresses, or if this is more, you know, where Embiid is just not going to be the guy that the offense runs through. He's going to be more of kind of a guy who could still give you a lot of value, but you know, isn't going to be front and center. I think it's it's an interesting question, and I think to your point, I mean, really, it comes down to that's the irony of it all. It comes to Embiid and George will decide, you know, whether this team is a contender or not. You know, it's all the other pieces are in place. It's just a matter of, you know, what are you going to get out of them?
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel like it's just a minutes restrictions at this point, and I'm okay with this. If he just plays 20 minutes and he's progressively looking stronger and better,
that's how you should do it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm in no rush.
No, I mean, I think that's how you do it.
I'm more talking about like just the way he's playing, you know, where he's
up top. Yeah,
he's up top, and which again is he still impacts the game, and he still
give you 20 points in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I just, you know, what is his? I'm more curious if he still has that you know, MVP inside of him. You know, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I'm more talking. Yeah, I think the minutes thing is just a matter of, you know, doing what's smart early in the season. I'm just curious about the style of play, whether he still has that kind of MVP beast inside of him.
Yeah, I'm doubtful on that. But you?
No, do I think he's an MVP anymore? No, I don't. But I do think he's going to. I think he can play a valuable role with this team. I still think he can score, and if I get him to the point where he has a wind, and he can go underneath, he can rebound. He's not just settling for threes offensively. Can create a little bit. I think he could be a linchpin here. I think between him and George. Now, it's interesting, the rotation, because I don't know what you do with McCain, because you're already got Grimes.
You're on four guards like 6'5" and under.
But you got Grimes and Paul George is coming back. So I don't know where McCain fits in.
I mean, I think he's a guy. I think he's your bench guy that comes. I know
That's Grimes.
I guess that's Grimes, but yeah, I'm with you. I think it's look. I think Jared McCain is got way more upside than Quentin Grimes. No offense to Quentin Grimes, but yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how all the pieces fit.
I know. Listen. I am too. I kind of say he's the problem with McCain is he's another undersized off guard, which you already got. A couple of them,
7 of them.
I just don't know how it all fits. Like it's going to be interesting. Listen, McCain could be the guy that you move.
I was going to say, I think he feels like a piece that they're going to move. Yeah, an asset they move.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm fascinated to see how it plays out. Yeah, I think. I think that is there room in the lineup for 7 guys that get 20 plus minutes? I think there is. Maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe I don't know. It's going to be.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they're all the guys you mentioned are like if you go Maxey, Edgecombe, George, Grimes, McCain. You need Maxey on the floor for 40 minutes. You want Edgecombe on the floor for 35 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about playoff rotation, that's one thing. But I think that's kind of one of those things that you just have to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I look at it more like, well, if Tyrese is playing 32 minutes a night in the regular season, Edgecombe's playing 32 minutes a night in the regular season, that's 32 minutes between them right there that can go to 2 other guards.
Yeah, you still want to win though. Like Maxey needs to be on the floor for I think 35 to 38.
I don't know. Is he playing that in the regular season? Does that make sense? I think you're looking
for Maxey.
Yeah, I don't know. What is he average? What did he average 2 years ago? I'm curious. I
don't know, but 35 to 38 is not excessive for a superstar.
I think 38 is probably a little rich for this day and age.
I don't know. Maybe I don't think so, but whatever.
I could be. The point is, that's how you find out. I think that.
So the last 4 years, last year he did 37.7. Year before that, 37.5. Year before that,
38 minutes.
33.6. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Then yeah, I think that well, right. So that's 20 minutes then, right? See, there's 20 minutes for one guard. You could argue Edgecombe can slot as a 3. He's not necessarily your under. He plays bigger than. His measurements. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ways it can work. I don't think you should rush out there and think that Jared McCain is redundant or anything. I think it would make more sense to give these guys a look. And I think
I hear you. I just don't. My basketball sense is going. How do they fit? I mean,
all I'm saying is if I'm picking between Quentin Grimes and Jared McCain, I'm taking Jared McCain every day of the week because Jared McCain has, Steph Curry upside. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar, but the guy can shoot 45% from 3 on a hair trigger. He's got an amazingly.
Wow. You like him more than I do, but I hear you. I mean, listen, I like him better than Grimes too. But
I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to be very interested to see how Nick Nurse plays with it. I'm with you. I totally agree with you. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on paper. I'm just saying the Sixers are at a point in time where they need to figure out, what makes the most sense for the future. And I think that they need to take a long, hard look. And right now, I'm not giving the benefit of the doubt to Quentin Grimes over Jared McCain at all.
No, well, the reason why we were talking about if you're going to move a piece, it would be McCain, is because you could get something valuable in return.
Yeah,
much more so than Quentin Grimes.
If you're chasing a title this year, but Quentin Grimes is he's going to be a free agent after this year. I don't think That's the one thing I know for sure.
I hear you.
I don't think the Sixers should be in that mode right now.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Great stuff, man. Always, man. Always fun to talk to you. Love our Murphy Mondays. Give Max a hug.
I will give him a big hug.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys.
Here he is, David Murphy, checking in. Love our Murphy Mondays.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do we got?
You go back in the day? Is that what you
We'll
feel?
go back in the day.
Okay.
Going back in the day?
We're going back in the day.
Let's go back in the day.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go back to happier times for AJ. This is the call, the day when he got this is the moment he gets his phone call from the Tennessee Titans on draft
Oh,
day.
my God.
Where do you see it?
All right.
Dude, the first person when he's on the phone is
Jalen.
Jalen Hurts. Like, what happened? Like, what?
And truthfully, you know that everything goes back to that.
Yeah. Like, what?
It's all back to that.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It is weird.
It all goes back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when I saw that video, I was like, what? He's the first person to give him like the little, like, yeah,
Makes me
dude.
sad.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to trade Jalen. I mean, it's insane. to
I
trade
love
Brown.
AJ Brown.
So do I.
I hope they figure it out. I hope they get back into a winning and,
I know.
some magic happens this
Yeah.
playoffs and, thoughts are
I get
reconsidered.
BG in the room with those two.
Yeah.
You know? All right, that's going to do it for us today on a Victory Monday.
Woo woo!
Great job, Andrew. Ethan. All right, brother.
Yeah, it's a good one, man.
Oh, you look better now that Andrew fixed the curtain.
Dude.
You're not melting.
I know. I was about to call Ace Hardware Home Services. My crib's got a crack in it. Yeah, the sunlight.
Have a great day. Oh, wait, we got Bitch and Complain.
Oh, yeah.
I knew I had Bitch and Complain.
What are
I
we
knew
doing?
I was
What are we
missing
doing?
something.
What are we doing?
I looked at my
man.
rundown. I'm like, oh, we got Bitch and Complain.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Thank
Come
God.
on,
Thank
listen.
God we got a good producer here.
Listen, let me know. Let Andrew know if you have any of your Bitch and Complaint videos, calls. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
Be creative and let's do it. What do we got?
This one's from Sammy.
Oh.
Here we go, Sammy.
I need to bitch and complain, which I don't like doing after a great weekend of all four teams winning in Philadelphia. But number one, Major League Soccer, let's get that out of the way. Don't do best of three. That's stupid. You're ruining the tradition of my sport, of the sport that the world loves, the number one sport in the world. Don't ruin it by trying to change it. You tried that with the stupid penalty kicks where you'd run it in rather than just take a normal penalty. And now you're doing it now by playing best of three and doing penalties after every game. Like, that's stupid. Just accept the draw, move on. It's best of three. And then after 3 games, if it's 1-1 draw, then you go to penalties after that third game. Number two, Embiid being out tonight, man. Like, play the home game against a better team and then rest against the trash team the next night. Why do you need to rest tonight and not tomorrow? Like, just play. I get we're trying to manage his minutes, but there's been a rest, so please play and don't play against the Wizards. You don't need to play against the Wizards. Or are we trying to be nice to Joel? Oh, it's going to be a tough game against Magic, so let's get your stats up against the Wizards because you can stat pad against them. I don't know, but we started off well. Let's not ruin it, Sixers, by being stupid with this sort of, management of Joel Embiid's injury. Like, I respect what we're doing with it, but don't intentionally sit him in games where we could do with him playing, i.e. against legit teams like the Orlando Magic. Anyway, go Birds, go Sixers, go Flyers, go Union. What a weekend for Philadelphia sports.
I like it.
I love it.
My man, he's
People
the
in other
best.
countries followed all.
Oh, he's 5 for 5.
What the heck was he talking about in the first point, though?
The Union. He doesn't like the best of 3 in the beginning,
Yeah.
which I agree. It's not traditional to the sport, but we Americans have to
Series.
Americanize it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have to have the series, but it should be aggregate. Whatever score is, you go into the next game, and then whoever wins from that, yeah.
The second point, initially I was with him. I was like, it's a home game. Why are they sitting them? But I like the longer days off.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I appreciate his point.
Yeah.
And I get it. And Washington's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give me the rest from Saturday,
Yes.
right? Sunday, Monday.
Yes.
Let them amp up and then go, right? Like, so at some point, you'd prefer the home game, and you could do every other night.
Yeah.
But he just came back.
Yeah.
Let him be out tonight. I'm cool with it. Like, the fact that he started the season playing
It's
means-
crazy.
It's crazy.
I did not expect that to happen at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, but I initially was feeling like Sammy, but I was like, he gets an extra straight day off.
Yeah, that's how I feel. All right. Let us know. Bits of complaint. You send them over to Andrew. How do they reach you?
Yeah, you can reach me at
Mike works here. There we go. You can reach me at Andrew at allphly.com. That's Andrew at allphly.com.
Here you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging. We love you. We'll see you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.